California is my home state, and this is an epic partnership we have with the Ports program. And I'm so excited to welcome two special guests today to the conversation. But before we get started, I just wanted to go ahead and start with this. We love sharing the mission of Flip anytime we have the opportunity to talk with our community. And we are on a mission to make learning fun and empowering for everybody. So as I mentioned, we have two special guests. I'm going to go ahead and add them right into the conversation. And we want to say welcome to Jennifer and welcome to Cara. But let's go ahead and add Jennifer first. Hello, hello.
Hi, Anne. Thank you so much for having me here today.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to have you join us. Why don't you tell the viewers a little bit about who you are, your role, maybe where you are in California, and let's learn a little bit about you to get started.
Excellent. Well, my name is Jennifer Langer, and I work for California State Parks. I'm part of the Interpretation and Education Division, and I'm a program manager for a program called Ports. You can see right there. That's that Ports acronym that we know and love. That's Parks Online Resources for Teachers and Students. I'm personally based in Southern California in the northeast portion of LA County in a little town called Laverne. So I work out of the Inland Empire Park District. And I am just so excited to be here and to be with you, Anne, and my colleague, Cara, who's about to join us. And as you said, this is an epic partnership. So really stoked to be here today.
Oh my gosh. Well, Jennifer, it's so fun to see you. I know we have run into each other in Southern California before, but so excited to share this opportunity to share Ports with the world. So I'm going to go ahead and remove you from the screen. I'm going to add your teammate, and then we'll see you again in just a moment. Okay?
Fantastic.
All right, friends. So let's go ahead and meet another incredible member of the California State Parks Ports team. Welcome, Cara. How are you?
Hi, Anne, and hello, everyone joining. So excited to be here.
We are so excited to have you join in as well. Cara, tell us a little bit about you, your role, where you are, and maybe about that gorgeous scenery behind you on your background.
Yeah, of course. So I am also part of the Ports team, the Parks Online Resources for Teachers and Students. My role is specifically the K-12 Access Project Coordinator. So I work to share resources that the parks have with teachers and align our goals about learning outside and having fun while doing it. And I am actually I work mostly out of San Diego or Kumeyaay land, which is all the way at the very, very bottom, the bottom border of California. I think it's amazing that California has such diverse ecosystems and landscapes. I'm sitting up here at the opposite side of California. I'm actually right now in Humboldt County, way up north. And this beautiful place behind me called Antelope Valley is in the middle. It's kind of near Bakersfield, and it is famous for the California poppy super blooms that it has in certain months. Beautiful, beautiful places. So I'm excited to share with everyone how you can access places like this, use it as an amazing learning experience through digital platforms like Flip.
That's so awesome. Well, let's get Jennifer back. It's so fantastic to have you both. And we've talked about this incredible partnership, Microsoft Flip and the California State Parks Ports program. This is a beautiful way that you are bringing learning to life, not only the natural elements of this state, welcoming folks from around the world to California State Parks, but you also make resources available online, Ports, right? Your online resources for teachers and students. So I wanted to take a moment. Let's go ahead and add the website, and we're going to be doing a spin through the Ports website, learning a little bit about all of the incredible resources they offer, and then we're going to dig deeper into our partnership with the Discovery Library. How's that sound?
Sounds great. Sounds good to me.
Sounds awesome.
So, the Ports program was born out of the realization that there were a lot of K-12 students not accessing our parks or accessing our resources. And so, we're also on the bandwagon of the initiative outdoors for all, right? We really want to create an opportunity to make outdoors more accessible and enjoyable, right, for everybody. And one way to address that was to develop this ports program, which is a distance learning program, and it's a free program.
Love
So
it.
so, our acronym is so, it's so great, and it's grown with us over time as well. Parks online resources. It's not just the programs that we're providing, the free virtual field trips that we're providing, but it's also the online resources that we're providing for teachers and students. And so we wanted to spend the first part of this talk focusing in on the two different types of programs that teachers and students can access through our website, which is what we're looking at here. So we have what we call Ports on-demand programs, and we have Portscasts. So Anne, if you scroll back up to the top and you kind of hover over the on-demand, you can see that you can browse by park or you can browse by topic. We have lots of parks all across the state of California that are providing ports programs, and lots of different topics for teachers to choose from as well. So you can go in and find our programs and our topics in whichever of those fashions you prefer. And it's amazing because I've been a part of this program since day one practically. And back in the day, we only had like 10 programs. We have over 80 program topics now for teachers to choose from. So it's just phenomenal how much we've grown and how much teachers and students just love these programs.
So I want to call this out too, Jennifer. What a great way to shortcut either directly to a park if you're looking for a specific geographic region, or looking at arts and culture, history, climate, oceans, watersheds. I mean, earth science, what a beautiful way. So again, folks, we're literally clicking on the on-demand programs, browsing by park or browsing by topic.
And the way we set up our website, it's based on teacher response, teacher feedback that we get. This is how we need to find or want to find your programs and your resources. And so we respond in kind by trying to, develop our website in a way that teachers can navigate it efficiently. There's also a map that you can look at and look at where parks are located on that map along with the program topics. So there's a variety of ways you can go in and find these programs. And again, these are free, live, interactive programs, the Ports on Demand program. So it's a classroom with a park interpreter in a park having a live interactive experience, a real world experience, if you will. And that's what teachers say time and again. This is a real world experience for my students. So it's very important that they have this opportunity, because some kids don't. And that's at the heart of what we do. We want to serve underserved K-12 in California predominantly. Now, anyone can participate in ports programs, but that's our target audience, those underserved students in California. We want to make sure they get access to our programs and our resources. So that's Ports on Demand. When you find a program, you find a park you like, it's super easy to click on the links to register for the program. It's an automated system. You'll receive, confirmation that you've booked the program, a link to join us on the day and time of your program. We've made it super easy. And in addition to that, we also have what we call Portscasts. So I don't know if you want to go, kind of hover back or click on that one. Portscasts are, in essence, free public, live public broadcasts. What's different about this program type is that the interactive component isn't there like a Ports on Demand program. Because it is a live public program, there's more security in place. And so the students wouldn't necessarily have that same interactive component as they would with a Ports on Demand program, but it just opens up a whole nother category of programming and times and opportunities that teachers could join and participate in some of our programs. So
I think that's a beautiful thing too, like the flexibility of folks joining in wherever it is, whether it's a California classroom, a living room, a kitchen table, classrooms around the world. You're making it accessible to everybody, and a wide variety of offerings too, and different times, multiple times throughout the day sometimes.
Yeah, and as no surprise, Portscasts not too long ago were something that we called our home learning programs. And it was born out of that time when students were sent home from the classroom and sent home. And we wanted them to still be able to access our programs. So we started the home learning programs. And then now we've got this beautiful forward-facing calendar. Most students have gone from home back to the classroom. And so we renamed this Portscasts. And so we have that calendar that you're scrolling through right now. Again, you click on a date and time and topic that looks interesting to you and register for the program. It takes a minute. So it's fantastic. And we also have, as a side note, we have the Ports YouTube channel where we live stream quite a few of our Portscast programs. So you can see pre-recorded stuff on our YouTube channel or catch it live on our YouTube channel.
That's so cool. And I've seen some of those where sometimes you're underwater, sometimes you're exploring different habitats. You're literally bringing the world alive in these virtual experiences. So that's so cool.
Actually, yeah. I was going to say, Jen, you should share what our Portscast was this morning.
Yeah, so we actually did a live dive in Point Lobos State Natural Reserve up in Monterey out of Whalers Cove. And it was incredible. So we had a state park interpreter who's also a diver on our dive team who, with a whole crew of ports folks, went underwater today and had a live interaction with students. How awesome is that?
That's so cool. And I know we've gotten to go underwater with you before on one of our Flip live events. And so hearing the interpreters literally in their scuba gear coming from the kelp forest, I mean, it was so incredible. Who gets to, hang out with people while they're underwater and learn about the habitat, real life in real time? It's amazing.
Yep, exactly. Awesome. I think we'll turn things over to Cara because, we also want to talk about blended access and what we're doing for blended access. So Cara, I'll turn it over to you.
Thanks, Jen. I was going to add also about Portscasts. They're a really cool way that interpreters will give special programming. So, for example, for Women's History Month, we had a whole set of really amazing programs that were focused on, incredible women, the things they accomplished, certain periods of history. And so if you're a teacher and you're looking for maybe something that comes up during Black History Month, Women's History Month, Earth Day, that kind of stuff, I think Portscast is where you will want to head to find that kind of thing.
That's so awesome. Cara, tell us more. You have so many incredible resources. Tell us more.
I know Jen and I could probably sit here all day and continue sharing all the things that we have. But one of the programs that I have a lot of hand in and is very special to me is the Passports program. So this is a blended access program. It's going to be under the in-person section.
Awesome. And I want to point it out right here on that main page too. You can jump right to it. But if you're clicking in person, the drop down, Cara said it's right here at the Passports. Let me click on that.
Thanks, Anne. And Passports is really, it cannot happen without the ports. So it is, we're still leveraging the flexibility and that the kind of connection and the relationship building that we can have with a virtual ports on-demand program. But we are also thinking about, well, how can we use this virtual connection to prepare students for an in-person program? And now that schools are back in session and teachers and students are looking for experiences outside the four walls of their classroom, this is an excellent opportunity. It's something that we like to call blended access. So that means that teachers engage virtually and the students get to meet the interpreter, get to see the park. And so when they arrive at the park for their field trip, they are already primed and ready to go and super excited to be there. And
oh my gosh, that's cool. It's like, connecting to the schema or front loading some information to make that in-person experience even that much more magical, right?
Yes, totally. Exactly. So it's great for the learning and it's also great for the students' socio-emotional health as well. And so this is a access project just as Ports is. And we're looking at, communities that maybe lack access to the outdoors or lack access to funding for school field trips. And so we also offer funding or field trip grants in the form of reimbursements for Title I public schools. And so that means that educators can receive up to $1,000 of reimbursements towards any field trip related costs. We know that times are changing and transportation is getting expensive, and there's all sorts of barriers. And so we want to support, teachers and students who would love to come to the park and maybe are facing some barriers. So there is kind of just an application process, or the teacher will fill out, actually, if you scroll down just a little bit, we'll fill out an interest form for the school year. And then as the coordinator, I will help them find a park that is great for them, that offers passports and meets their needs, and set them up with their virtual and in-person programs. And then we work with an awesome nonprofit partner called Q, or Computer Using Educators, to disperse those funds.
Yep. Shout out to Q educators all across California and beyond. That's a beautiful thing about not only the Ports program, Q educators worldwide, right? Better together. But shout out to Q, longtime member.
Yep.
Yes, yeah. And it's all about sharing the wealth, sharing our resources. And speaking of that, we also do have lots of digital instructional resources. So we have a content library here. One of the resources that is awesome is our previous broadcast. And if you look at that drop-down menu, it's organized by grade level. So you can kind of scroll down and see there's some groups of different grade levels where we've curated our previous programs into those age-specific groups. And so if you aren't able to schedule a live program that works for you, all schools have different class schedules, and it might not always work out, but these videos are available anytime.
That's so cool.
And all of the previous broadcasts are geared specifically to classroom audiences. So it will be a really great kind of educational video. And then other instructional resources include things like, if you click that one there, these are actually ready to play slide decks for teachers to use in their classrooms from a handful of parks that participate in passports. Wow. And these are actually resources that were created by teachers for teachers. And the way that they were created was through a symposium, which is a free PD, a parks PD for teachers who visit their local park, interact with the park staff, and participate in a lesson design workshop specific to that park. And so that they can share, what is there to learn with not only their own class, but with teachers all across the state.
I just have to chime in and I just have to say to teachers that are tuning in right now, these symposiums are a lot of fun. We are famous for feeding you burritos and taking you on amazing excursions like snowshoeing or kayaking, things that are relevant to a park that we would have you visiting. In addition to, after we've fed you burritos and taken you snowshoeing, you help us with building some resources and building out some of these prepackaged content for teachers to use.
It's such a beautiful collaboration, truly, to not only get to experience it in person, but building resources. And I think that's something as educators, right? And in the work that we're doing, supporting educators' access to resources is so important. And I know we have friends listening in Louisiana in the US. There are folks tuning in from Egypt. We're sending hello. So as folks are tuning in from all around the world, visiting these parks virtually, visiting these parks, in person, there are so many ways to get connected and bring the world. Jennifer, the phrase that you said, it's bringing access to you wherever you are, right?
Exactly. That's absolutely correct. And when we're able to do that, in addition to providing an in-person field trip, then we feel like we've done what we have come out here to accomplish. And that is provide K-12, provide teachers and students with a really well-rounded, real-world, meaningful experience. in our parks and with our park resources. So when we're able to do that with passports, it's just so amazing to see. It really makes me feel all warm inside.
Oh my gosh.
This is what we're here to do. So,
well, I have to call out this comment. Our good friend Nalan is watching in Louisiana. Hi, friend. Accessibility is key. So thank you to the Ports program. That's something, as a California resident, I want to share these parks with everybody. And so that's why I think this partnership is so special. I've been to some of my state parks. I know how beautiful California is. I know there's not only beautiful diversity, natural diversity, but cultural diversity and history that you're bringing alive. So whether it's a state historic park or learning about, the indigenous cultures that were here present in California, or certain habitats through the mountains, at the ocean. Cara, there is so much information here.
Yeah, and if you keep scrolling down, you'll see even more. We're constantly working on creating more content and adding more content, and responding to teachers' requests for specific types of content. And it's wonderful. So, whenever you have the opportunity to think outside the box and collaborate with us, and maybe there's a flip topic you would like us to create, reach out to us. Let's collaborate on that. We have a lot of park interpreters that are very creative and motivated to, quickly respond to requests like that. So it's pretty exciting.
That's so cool. Well, we have friends now, Morocco joining us. I know, just literally all over the world learning about ports. And you just said something. I want to make sure we finish all the content on the website, but you talked about flip topics. So I definitely want to talk about some of those topics that you're making available. But Cara, wrap us up here. What else do we need to know about the website or the resources y'all are making available?
Yeah, so there's a lot to explore. I would say we covered kind of the big ones. But speaking of accessibility and just being able to visit the parks, there are, we're one team within the Education Interpretation Division of the California State Parks, but there's tons of other amazing programs happening that increases not just access to K-12, but also to general public, to families, and just California residents in general. So there is something called the Library Parks Pass, which is a super amazing program, and there's also the 4th grade adventure pass. So I'll actually turn it over to Jen to kind of give a brief little overview of those two.
Yeah, fantastic. So what I'm going to do really quick here is copy the links to these and drop them in the comments so that y'all can take a look at this. So the first one I'm dropping in, let me see where. I don't see where I can add to chat. Maybe you can add that for me.
Yep. And as you're doing that, I also want to call out your website. So folks who are tuning in, if you want to learn more, you can definitely visit ports-ca.us. But what we're going to do is go ahead and drop in the link to the chat. I want to make sure it's the parks.gov, Jennifer, the first link.
I just sent the first one to you, and the first one I'm sending to you is the California State Library Parks Pass. Try saying that really quick. California State Library Parks Pass. This is a phenomenal opportunity for Californians to access our parks. All you need to do is be a library card holder, and you can go into participating libraries. Over 200 of our parks are accessible if you can get one of these library park passes. So just go into, you can actually, through that website, you can go in and take a look at libraries in your area to see where those passes might be available. So that's another access point to get into our parks. And it's like a no-brainer, go get it, get out there.
Yeah. So it's this link right here on the screen that we're sharing, folks. Go ahead and check that out to find one of those passes.
Perfect. And then I'm going to grab the link for the Adventure Pass here really quick. And this pass is specific to 4th graders and their families. So you can go into Reserve America and Reserve California. It used to be a Reserve America. You can go into Reserve California and you can request your adventure pass. And so fourth graders and their families and or friends can go as a group and visit 19 of our parks across the state that are part of the adventure pass. So again, just another access point, another opportunity to get into our parks and enjoy our resources.
So that's this one on the screen, everybody. Check these links out too for more information. And of course, all of the resources that we've been sharing are available on the Ports website. So definitely check that out. Now, we hinted at some topics that folks can use. I'm going to direct the screen to Flip. So for those of you who are here and learning, we mentioned this is Learning with California State Parks Ports program in the classroom and beyond. And of course, we have this brilliant partnership with them at Flip. So what I wanted to cover is where you can find all of that content inside of Flip. But before I show you that, for anybody who is tuning in, if you are brand new to Flip, we're so glad you're tuning in, catching a replay. Those of you who are joining us live, we're so glad that you're here. But if you're brand new to Flip, we are a completely free video discussion app where folks have students and learning communities share in a safe online group. And I love to use the words share, celebrate, and showcase, but I wanted to click a couple buttons real quick and show you how easy it is to get started with Flip. You simply, as the educator, as the lead of a group, you create that group, your classroom, your family, whatever group of folks you want to engage with, you create that group and you invite them to become members. And you can connect, like I said, classrooms, study groups, after school clubs, adventure clubs, hiking clubs, whatever group of folks you want to connect with, and simply invite them to join. And then you post a topic or spark discussion with what we call Flip topics. Think of these as those discussion prompts, the activities, the assignment. Maybe it's a walk and talk about the habitat that you're exploring or what you're observing in nature, or something you've learned about a specific place you've learned about in your own community. So this, of course, is when the magic happens as folks begin to use the Flip camera and add their own responses. Of course, there's all kinds of fun, creative elements you can use inside the Flip camera, but we would love for you to check it out. You simply get started at flip.com. But what I want to do is show you the next tab, because inside of Flip, we have this place called Discovery, and Cara and Jennifer know all about this. You will see that California State Parks is one of our Discovery partners. So what I'm going to do in the last few minutes is navigate to your partner page, and we'll share all about California State Parks and the resources that Ports is making available for you. Before I click on that, I'm going to take a spin through this page and just show you these are ready to use resources from incredible educators, partners like California State Parks Ports program. We're curating collections like Making a Difference in the World or Mental Health Awareness, learning about accessibility. So you definitely can click on all of those partners. And when you see the pages load, you'll notice that awesome California State Parks logo. And here it is. So this is resources. You all have a ton of them. So I want to take a moment and let folks know this is where you can find all of the resources that Ports has made available through the Flip Discovery Library. And I'm going to take a spin on this page because you'll notice popular topics, collections. I'm going to click there in just a moment. 378 topics. It's incredible.
That is incredible.
Oh my gosh. Cara, why don't you tell us a little bit about these collections or some of the resources you're making available for folks? This is impressive. And this is literally gifting people a ton of free content they can use in their community.
Yeah, I mean, we are so proud of our collaboration with Flip, and just the sheer volume of different topics that you can access in here. And as you can see, lots of science. We also have some history, some arts, and social sciences is big too. Sometimes people forget about that with California State Parks. And Flip really helps to facilitate this kind of interactive conversation where students are the ones who are talking about their thoughts on things. And so if you're a teacher who wants something like that, look through our programs, or sorry, our topics here. Things like monarch butterflies, things like migration, MPAs,
Yeah.
Everything.
Oh my gosh.
Field, Hearst Castle. I mean, you name it. The
It's
mountains, the beach, the deserts, the historic sites. We've got flip topics at all of these locations, at many of these locations.
It's so impressive. Also, for those of you who aren't in California, they're linking to the incredible videos that you've curated as a team, literally bringing the world to classrooms and communities all over. So I want to take a moment. I just chose the redwoods, for example, which are these massive trees that grow in California. And this is an example of one of the topics. And folks who are tuning in, if you're brand new to Discovery and you want to use this topic, you simply click on that button that says add topic, and you can choose to add it to a group, create a new group, or even save it for later. So let's say you want to add it to a group, you literally can use it immediately in your community. And this is what the students see. You have the guiding prompt, but the Ports team is also making incredible insights and tips on how to use the topic available for you in all of these topics as well. So it's definitely worth checking out. And I have to ask this. If you were to say you had a favorite park, maybe you can't play favorite. Do you have a favorite park? Because I know what mine is.
I know what mine is too. Right off the bat, I have to say Crystal Cove State Park.
So beautiful.
Just right along the coast between Orange County and it's in Orange County, right between Laguna Beach and Newport Beach.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say there's a local one close to me, Chino Hills State Park, right? So
it's real close to me. Yes.
It's real close, and it has beautiful hiking. Maybe that's a trick question. I don't know if I can pick one, but I'm going to double down on your Crystal Cove. I remember going there in elementary school on a field trip and learning about, our coast, the habitats, seeing the tide pools for the first time. So I'm in agreement with you. And then Kara's background with the super bloom and our state flower just all over California right now. Yeah. Kara, do you have a favorite park?
I was just thinking about that. I feel like I need to see all of them before I can say I have a favorite. And there are 270 state parks, so I don't know how long that will take me to reach a consensus.
A while.
But the one that is the one that's closest to me and that I go to all the time, it has to be my favorite now, is Torrey Pines. State
yeah.
Gorgeous.
I mean, literally, it's beautiful. So friends, this is just an encouragement. Check out what the Ports program and the incredible team, shout out to all of the interpreters and folks working across the state parks to bring this to life. But you're looking at this from watersheds, marine protected areas, the historical information that you're sharing and celebrating through, topics, whether it's high school social studies or K-8 science. I love this collection, Earth Day, because you have an Earth Day topic in like 40 something languages. So it's just absolutely beautiful that folks can use this no matter what language. So shout out California State Parks Ports team. We love you. We're so thankful for this partnership. I want to ask before we wrap up, is there any other information? I know folks can get connected. I'm popping your social on the screen. Ports program is your social handle. Of course, the website, again, folks can get connected. But any last thoughts you want to share with folks before we wrap up?
I mean, just don't hesitate to reach out to us. There's contact information on our website. You'll find myself, Kara's information there as well, and other ports coordinators. we're like helpful Honda people, and we're here to help you and assist you and collaborate with you because we love those opportunities. So get out there, get into our parks, work with us, use our resources, go on virtual field trips to ports locations that you probably would never get to, because I have gone to parks that I would probably never get to through the ports program. Kind of ironic, right? So it just really is a beautiful opportunity to take advantage of lots of access opportunities that we have for y'all. So thank you so much, Anne, for having us here today. We have a lot of love for Flip. So
yes, we do.
Yes, we do. And we want to stay relevant in the teacher community. So we'll just make sure that happens.
Well, friends, I'm just putting the website on again. Definitely check them out. So I want to say thank you so much to Jennifer and Cara. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen one more time and just remind everybody, if you are brand new to this, you can definitely check it out. This is a short link that you can actually preview all of our incredible Discovery partners. And we want to say thank you so much to California State Parks for joining us today to talk about learning with the Ports program in and outside the classroom. And, you know, we talked about Flip and how to find all of their access, but we also love to say, if you can think it, you can flip it. So you definitely think about capturing and curating your family adventures or your hikes or being outside in public spaces. Capture that in a Flip group and celebrate that, or share your adventures with family and friends in other parts of the world. But we want to share just a quick idea that if you are thinking it, of course, you can flip it. So we wanted to invite you to join our global group, share your learning, add some reflection. So those of you who are looking to get connected, you definitely can at flip.com/thinkit, And then, of course, those of you who are tuning in, we'd love any kind of feedback you have. We want to continue to provide resources that are meaningful and relevant for you, just like what Jennifer just said about ports. So definitely drop us some feedback at aka.ms/flip PD feedback. And I just want to end by saying, Cara, Jennifer, California State Parks friends, and the Ports program, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure getting to share this time. Folks,
the pleasure is ours. Thank you so much.
We're sending a ton of love out your way. Take care, everybody, and enjoy your adventures. We'll see you out there.
Bye.
Bye.